everyone, and good day to you wherever you may be. Thanks for stopping by and watching another little video. I'm trying not to make this too rambly, but I had a little accident and I'm down for a few days with a neck injury and a shoulder injury. I can't really do much. So I thought, well, since I don't listen to the radio much during the day, I think I'll turn it on and see what's going on. It's 17:32 UTC, which is 12:32 p.m., the noon hour here in Southern Illinois. So this is pretty much a dead time for shortwave, and until the early evening comes around 4:35. So I thought, well, I'll just make a video because it dawned on me that it was 5 years ago today, and today is August 27th, 2024, but it was 5 years ago today that I called up DX Engineering and purchased this receiver. And it got delivered on August 30th, 2019. That's when I hooked it up for the first time, but it was 5 years ago today that I purchased it. And I remember just right now, 5 years ago, I'd already called them and purchased it, and they was getting ready to ship. And I got on the computer and I downloaded the manual and I was reading it and I was looking at the literature on Icom's website, and I was just so excited. I couldn't, I was getting my spot ready for it and running the coax and to hook it up and making sure everything was fine. Then 2 days later it came, I hooked it up, and God, it was exciting. It was. But anyway, I did a video at what I thought about after 2 years of use. So I thought I'd just make another one about how I feel about it now after 5 years. And I have to say, after 5 years, I'm still very, very satisfied with it. It's been rock solid. I've never experienced any software glitch. The screen has never froze. All the buttons are still just very responsive. The tuning knob, it's got an optical encoder. It is very just stable and solid. The frequency doesn't jump. It feels good when it tunes. My noise floor today is about normal for daytime. Little static bursts going there from solar activity, but it's down around S1 out here in the country. But the optical encoder is solid. No skips, as I said. The tuning knob has never developed any play or looseness in it. Dial A, B, and C, they're like a clicky, but you also press it to select it. They have never developed any looseness. The connectivity is still fine. You turn it, you get the result. They're still working fine. All the buttons, like I said, are still very responsive. No degradation at all. The screen is still perfect. I've never had any problem with the screen at all. The performance of it, the sensitivity is still perfect. The calibration of the frequency is dead on. I put it on 10 megahertz, put my frequency counter on it, and it's right on. I mean, dead on 10 megahertz. And it's dead on all through the whole range of this receiver. The build quality has been great. Haven't had any problems at all. I mean, none. Just as good today as it was the day I took it out of the box for the first time. Still looks brand new too, because I'm OCD with my radio stuff, and when I'm not using this, I turn the power supply off, the antenna is disconnected by my switch, and I have a custom cover for it. So it doesn't I don't stack anything on top of it, and it still looks just like it did today when it came out of the box, and performs just like it did. Now, Icom has done, I think I've installed 3 firmware updates on it since I've had it. They haven't really added anything. I think they just tweaked some stuff. because there's a couple of things on there that I wish Icom would add in a firmware. You know, an onboard CW decoder would be nice. And the clock up here, it's your local time. You have to tap the clock and you get local time in UTC. And I wish they would put an option in the time and date settings menu to select. You could just select what clock you want displayed on the front, UTC or local, because we all know amateur radio and shortwave and all that uses UTC. So why they have the local clock displayed all the time, I don't know. But that's just nitpicking. And I do have this MFJ radio controlled clock. It displays my local and UTC at the same time. And I can do it in my head, but you know, it just would have been nice to have that option on there. And like I said, I have an onboard CW decoder because in order to decode CW, you have to hook this to a computer. Well, if I'm going to decode something, I'm just going to use my SDR Play RSPDX and my AirSpy HF Plus and run FLGG on the computer instead of having to hook all this up. But I really don't do a lot of that anymore. I decode a weather fax once in a while, maybe an RTTY weather report or something. But like I said, I do that with my AirSpy Discovery or my RSPDX using SDR console, Uno, and FLDG. This is mostly just my desktop SDR, which is what I want because I've been in the radio hobby since I was 10 years old back in 1976. And I've always been a desktop guy because when I wanted to listen to shortwave, I had my own little spot and I would come in at night and listen to it to about midnight, 1 in the morning. And I didn't want to mess around with the portable. There's nothing wrong with a portable, but I've always been a desktop guy. And I really like the SDR technology and what it does. And when this came out, at the time, I was able to afford it because I had a gift card from my wife, plus I had some rebates from Icom, and I was able to get this down to right around $1,600, which is still very, very expensive for a receiver. I'll admit that. But now it's up to $2,400, and I would never pay $2,400 for this, even if I could. But I still love it. I have no buyer's remorse for it. You know, getting it. All the functions are perfect. The screen is perfect. The performance is perfect still. All the knobs, like I said, and the buttons, they have not developed any looseness or weirdness. The software has never froze up where I've had to reset it or restart it. Frequency is just dead on. When you're listening to shortwave signals, the calibration is spot on because the voices are nice and clear and sharp. There's no warbliness or monkey chatter or none of that. It's just perfectly clear. I don't use this speaker that you see. It's off to the side. I've got the audio coming out of 2 bookcase speakers right there, and it's coming through an MFJ box because I just like that rich desktop sound, and these little speakers, they just don't give you that. But yeah, all in all, after 5 years of use, it has not diminished one little bit. So the build quality is good. As I said before, I just wish that Icom would tweak a few things or add a couple things through firmware, but I don't think they really care anymore. This receiver, I think, was introduced in 2016 or 2017, and this is 2024. They consider it a mature receiver now, and I don't think they pay much attention to it anymore because more than likely the people that want this receiver has gotten it. All the videos have been made. The sales are probably not what they used to be. All the buzz and excitement is gone. So they figure it's a working receiver now. We're not going to take the time to do firmware, which they should. At least it lets people know that owns this that they haven't been forgotten. Because if you can update the firmware on this, why not do it? You know. But anyway, I'm not going to gripe on Icom, but yeah, it's been a very good receiver, and I just remember so well how excited I was, and 5 years ago today that this was coming, and I haven't been disappointed. And I just hope that I don't know how long I'll be in this hobby. We don't know if we're going to be here tomorrow or not. I plan on it, but because I'm like I said, I'm out here in the country with quiet conditions and good antennas and this good receivers, and hopefully it'll last. It'll last 5 more years and further, and hopefully I will too. Let's put it that way. But anyway, I'm very satisfied with it, and yeah, if you're just kind of getting into shortwave listening, or you just occasionally turn one on or something, yeah, you don't need to have this receiver. Of course not. You don't need to spend this much. You could get away with one of these little Texan portables or something that just allows you to hear something. But if you're like me and you've been in it a long time, and you're the kind that wants the best, to know that you can get the best performance you can get, yeah, and you like a desktop and you're not computer savvy, yeah, one of these is really good to have. But if you don't want to spend this much on a desktop, and you can get a SDR Play, RSP-DX, or an AirSpice Plus Discovery on your computer, run SDR Console, Uno, Connect, Sharp, and you will probably be able to get a radio that's even more powerful and versatile than this, because this one is limited by what's on board under the hood here, where the RSP-DX and the AirSpy and stuff like that, that's, you've got the whole processing power of a powerful desktop or laptop computer behind that, and they're constantly updating the software and things like that. So but if you're not computer savvy and you're a desktop person like I am, you like SDR, this is definitely a good receiver, and I do not regret it one bit having it. And hopefully, like I said, it'll last, for a long time to come. I know, as I said before, I don't upload as much as I want, but nothing really changes here in my shack. And a big problem too is out here in the country, I don't have a good upload speed for my internet. I've got maybe a 200 down, 25 megs up. But next spring, we have a company that started laying fiber optic out here. And by next spring, I'm already signed up, and I should have 1,000 down and 1,000 up fiber connections. So that's going to be nice. Maybe it'll open up some stuff and I can think of something to do, and maybe get a little more content, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, I just wanted to do a little video on this, that it's been 5 years ago today that I ordered this, August 27th. August 27th, 2019 was the day that I purchased this officially. And today is August 27th, 2024. And as I said, today I was just so damn excited that, 2 days, it was 2 days away, because DX Engineering, it takes 2 days for me to get something. And yeah, I was just really damn excited. And I mean, naturally the excitement of things wanes after a while. We can't stay excited about something forever. But every time I use this and listen to shortwave on it, I still get that just good feeling, that I really like this radio, and I don't regret getting it, and I don't feel like I was, shafted anyway. And I'm a very good level of satisfaction. But yeah, the Icom 8600. So thanks everyone for watching, and hope wherever you're at, whether you're a ham operator, shortwave listener, or both, you have good conditions and good listening. So take care, everyone, and I will see you next time.